Hey guys, Languagehacker here. A patch just got announced and I'm super excited because it looks like they have some nerfs. I had a lot of fun with the new cards, but it was really hard to play with some of them because there were a few decks and cards that I thought were super oppressive and fun to play against and kind of limited at least my ability and from what I've heard other people's abilities to experiment with new stuff. So let's look at what they've announced and hopefully we'll be able to have more fun now. All right, let's do a little bit of reading here. I love that they added these dev comments. I talk about this very often, but it's really nice to get an insight into their thoughts because it's nice to have their thought processes and kind of understand where they're going with these things. We set up this balance window to address any change. Oh, it's worth noting that this goes live today. Awesome. Immediate effect. Bam. Love it. Okay, we set up this balance window to address any changes we wanted to make immediately after the expansion launched. Okay, so any outstanding scary issues. Shockspitter is exactly that type of card. Ending game sooner, more easily, and more consistently than we intended. Okay, Shockspitter is exactly that type of card. Surely Sinstone Graveyard is also like that kind of card. And I think maybe a Boon of the Ascended, I think there's a deck with that as well that also kind of ends game sooner and more easily. So I guess hopefully this sentence covers those cards as well. And more consistently than we intended. Sire Denathrius is a card we have had our eyes on for some time. But we wanted to see how he performed in the new expansion first. That's fair. With a couple days of data, we can see that it is still a very popular and polarizing card. Okay, I mean, fair. Warping early meta development in a way we want to address before the World Championship. Okay, that sounds good. That makes sense, because Sire Denathrius is a card that ends games in a very polarizing way from hand without great ways to really address it. So surely this is also applicable for Astalor, the new legendary. But they probably wanted to save some space here, so they didn't write Astalor. So it looks like we're going to have nerfs for Shockspitter. Just guessing here. Shockspitter, Sinstone Graveyard, maybe something Boon of the Ascended. Druid's a bit of a problem, but honestly, if we fix Astalor, that might be fine as well. So Astalor and Sire. Okay, so Six nerfs. All right, let's look. Sire Denathrius. Infuse 2 instead of Infuse 1. Stats are the same. Mana cost is the same. They changed the Infuse. I like this. I proposed this several months ago. I'm happy they came to this. This seems more reasonable. You can still play Sire as like a late game threat, but it no longer just ends the game unless your entire deck is like token based and you build around it, which I think is fair. Okay, cool. Shockspitter is now 3 mana up for 2. Same effects and the same stat line. That makes sense. I think Shockspitter as a card was really interesting, but at 2 mana it felt a little scary just by itself. Cheaping, and the fact that it's so cheap means you can use it for tempo with Devouring Swarm and with Brand, and it just ends games pretty consistently without much room for counterplay and whatnot. Okay, so we have 2 cards here. Let's see what the other 4 nerfs are.